Jan Crawford is at the White House. Jan, the president has hinted at new executive actions on gun control. What details do we know about his plans?
Well, we don't know a lot of the details yet, but it appears that so far the most significant of these executive actions would be kind of aimed at what's called the occasional gun dealers. It would require them to actually get licenses, and then having a license would require them to do background checks on the gun buyers. That would kind of close the so-called gun show loophole. So the thinking is more of the gun show dealers would have to get licenses, which therefore could expand some of the background checks that are done. But that's a pretty narrow group, these occasional dealers. So a lot of the opponents are saying this is really going to do nothing to curb gun violence. And they point out that in these recent mass shootings, all of those guns were bought legally with background checks.
Can we talk a little bit about the legal process? I mean, don't the states have more of an influence when it comes to gun control? What kind of authority will the president have to make real changes?
Well, I mean, not a lot in an executive action, and it's this one, even if it's narrow, is going to be challenged in the courts because he obviously can't do a complete end run around Congress and do something that would either dramatically change existing laws or create new laws. So this is really almost kind of tweaking at the margins. And the president, in his address on Friday, when he was talking about some of this, acknowledged that it may not have a broad impact, but even if it could save one life, he said it would be worth it. But still, I mean, you're hearing critics on the right, the Republicans, saying that even this kind of thing, you know, the principle of it is illegal. And some supporters, I mean, gun control supporters are saying they're disappointed because it appears it doesn't go far enough. But he's trying to walk this balance to go as far as he can in directing an executive agency, say like ATF, to implement existing laws without going too far and changing the law so much that it would be unconstitutional and would be an illegal kind of end run around Congress. So it's a tough balance to strike. The administration has been working on this since October, and that shooting in Oregon. Lawyers started sitting down trying to figure out what they could do that would kind of push the legal limits of executive authority without going too far, and this is what they come up with. We're waiting, like I said, to hear some of the details, but based on what we've heard so far, the administration is insisting that they believe he has the lawful authority to do that. That said, as opponents say, it may not make that much of a difference.
Jan, as you know, Republican candidates have vowed to rescind any gun control measures that President Obama puts into place if a Republican wins the White House. Legally, how would that process play out in that situation?
Oh, it's really easy. I mean, they would just issue another executive action or another executive order changing it back to the way it was. I mean, these don't change existing laws. They're not new laws. So the next president could just come in and say, well, I don't agree with that executive action by the previous president. I'm going to change it.
All right, Jan Crawford, thank you very much.
Thank you.